In this video, we will discuss about the transportation of carbon dioxide during respiration. Carbon dioxide is excreted by the lungs and it is transported by three mechanisms. The first one is the carbonic acid, second one is in the form of carbaminohaemoglobin, and the third one is the bicarbonate ion. About 7% of the carbon dioxide is dissolved in the plasma to form the carbonic acid. That is, carbon dioxide reacts with the water to form the carbonic acid. About 23% of the carbon dioxides they get combined with the hemoglobin present in the RBC to form the carbaminohaemoglobin. And rest 70% of the carbon dioxide is transported in the blood plasma as bicarbonate ion. That is, the carbonic acid they dissociate to form the H plus ion and the bicarbonate ion in the presence of the enzyme carbonic anhydrase. The sum of the bicarbonate ions they moves out into the blood plasma along its concentration gradient. In exchange, what happens? The chlorine ion which is present in the blood plasma they get inside the RBC. This exchange of negative ion, that is the bicarbonate ion and the chlorine ion, to maintain the electrical balance between the blood plasma and RBC is known as the chlorine shift. Also, the amount of carbon dioxide that can be transported in the blood is determined by the percentage saturation of hemoglobin with oxygen. Lower amount of oxyhemoglobin, more is the carbon dioxide carrying capacity of the blood. This relationship is known as the Haldane effect. Finally, the carbon dioxide are carried to the lungs and expelled out by the process of expiration. So, you can see that the carbon dioxide they react with the water to form the carbonic acid, which gets dissociated in the presence of carbonic anhydrase into H plus ion and bicarbonate ion. This bicarbonate ion they move out from the RBC into the blood plasma, and as a result what happens, the chlorine ion which is present in the plasma get inside the RBC to maintain the electrical charge. This shift of chlorine ion is known as the chlorine shift. In RBC, the carbon dioxide combined with the water to form the carbonic acid, which dissociate to form H plus ion and the bicarbonate ion in the presence of carbonic anhydrase. The bicarbonate ion diffuses out the RBC in the plasma and combined with the sodium ion to form the sodium bicarbonate. This loss of bicarbonate ion from the RBC balanced by the diffusion of chlorine ion into the RBC. This exchange of chlorine and bicarbonate ion between the plasma and RBC is known as the chlorine effect. This is done due to maintain the electrical charge of the cell. The reverse of the chlorine shifts occur in the tissue. So, this is the summary of transportation of gases. Transportation of oxygen, which is described in my previous video, that is about 98.5% of the oxygen is transported in the form of oxyhemoglobin, and rest 1.5% is present in the dissolved form in the plasma. In the lungs, where the concentration of oxygen is very high as compared to the carbon dioxide, the hemoglobin binds with the oxygen to form the oxyhemoglobin, and rest 1.5% of the oxygen get dissolved in the blood. And in the tissue where the concentration of oxygen is low as compared to the carbon dioxide, this oxyhemoglobin dissociates to release the oxygen. Similarly, the dissolved form is also transported from the blood to the tissue along the concentration gradient. Similarly, The carbon dioxide is also transmitted by three mechanisms, that is, in the tissue where the concentration of carbon dioxide is very high, it is get dissolved in the blood, and 23% they get combined with the hemoglobin to form the carbaminohaemoglobin, and rest 70% is transported in the form of bicarbonate ion. And in the lungs where the concentration of carbon dioxide is very low, they release the carbon dioxide into the lungs, and that it is expelled out through the process of expiration outside of our body.